Hi everyone, welcome back to Happy English. My name is Teacher Byron, and today for Storytime we have two special friends here to join us, Tiny Teddy and good old Bugs Bunny. Today we will be reading about whining and why it's not good to whine and how we should deal with problems instead. Let's get started. So, in the first page, we have a bunny saying, I belong to Annie. And what does the bunny say? So this book is about Annie. Reading about Annie can help you understand and deal with whining. What is whining? Here it says, whining is crying or talking in a complaining, nagging way. Have you ever been with someone who is whining? So here, the boy says, I want to play in the sand. Whine, whine. And the girl says, sigh. Here, when you are with someone who is whining, how do you feel? What do you think? And what do you do? For example, here the boy says, I want the bucket and shovel. And the girl is very unhappy. She's going, ugh. When you are with someone who is whining, you might get upset. You might decide you do not want to be with the person. So here the boy is saying, I want to play with the ball. It's my turn, my turn, my turn. And Annie is saying, I'm getting out of here. His whining is driving me crazy. And the bunny says, wait for me. There are several reasons why you might whine. Annie, your whining is driving me crazy. Please stop it. You might whine because things are not happening the way you want them to happen. Your parents might tell you no, or ask you to do something you don't want to do. You might whine to get them to change their minds and let them have your own way. But whining only makes things worse. Here, the mother says, Annie, it's time for you to go to bed. Annie is thinking, but I don't want to go to bed. Maybe if I whine, Mum will change her mind and let me stay up longer. And the bunny says, bedtime already. Do not whine because you do not get your way. Do not whine when you do not get your way. Do these things instead. Number 1. Remember that you cannot have your own way all the time. Number 2, tell your parents politely how you feel. Give them time to think about what you say. What you say might cause them to change their minds. If it does not, stop talking about it. So remember, instead of whining, we have to remember that we cannot always have our way. And number 2 is to tell our parents about it. But if they don't change their minds, then it's okay. Here, Annie is saying, maybe Mum is right. Maybe I do need to get some rest. The bunny says, I think I'll take a bunny nap. You might whine because you want attention. You might want your parents to notice you or spend some time with you. But whining will not get you the kind of attention you want or need. Dad spends so much time in his garden. Maybe if I whine, he will pay attention to me, is what Annie thinks. And the bunny says, I doubt it. And the father is smiling. Do not whine when you want attention. Do these things instead. Number 1, tell your parents politely that you need some attention. Number 2, plan a time when you can spend time with Plan a time when they can spend time with you and wait for that time. Do not bother them while you wait. Annie here is thinking, this special time with Dad is really neat. I'm really glad I waited for it. And the bunny says, this is my favorite story. You might whine because you are bored. You might not have anything to do. You might think whining will get your parents to entertain you, but whining will only make things worse. Here Annie is saying, I'm bored. Maybe if I whine, Mum will find something for me to do. The bunny says, maybe if I whine, someone will feed me. And the worm is thinking, worms don't whine. Do not whine when you are bored. Do these things instead. Number 1, remember that it is your job to keep yourself busy. It is not up to someone else to entertain you. Number 2, tell your parents politely that you are bored. Ask them to suggest things for you to do. Number 3, if you do not like any of their suggestions, you need to choose some things you can do. Be sure to get permission to do whatever you decide to do. So just to recap, number 1, it is up to you to keep yourself busy and entertained. Number 2, you can ask your parents for suggestions for what to do if you are bored. And number 3, if you don't like their suggestions, you can decide on your own what to do. But then you have to ask for permission first if you can do it. For example, here the mum says, or why don't you play on your swing set? And Annie says, that's a good idea. I think I'll call Karen to see if she wants to play with me. The bunny says, may I go too? You might whine because you are hungry, tired, or sick. You might become cranky when your body needs something or when you are not feeling well. Do not whine when you are hungry, tired, or sick. Do these things instead. Number 1, eat some food if you are hungry. Number 2, get some rest if you are tired. And number 3, do the things you need to do to get well if you are sick. So if you are sick, tired, or hungry, don't whine, but eat, rest, or get some help. So here Annie is thinking, Dad was right. I was cranky because I was hungry. Now I feel better. And the bunny says, do you have any carrots? He's hungry as well. You might whine because it is a habit. A habit is something you do so often or for so long that you do it without thinking. Ask the people around you to help you break the habit of whining. Ask them to tell you when you are whining and then stop immediately when they let you know that you are whining. And continue to do this until you do not whine anymore. So here the mother is reminding Annie, Annie, you're whining. And Annie says, okay, I'll stop. Very good. The bunny says, woo. So he's feeling very good as well. He doesn't like to hear whining too. Your parents might need to do one of the two things when you whine. The first one, they might need to ignore you. This does not mean that they don't love you. They might ignore you because they want you to learn that whining is not a good way for you to get attention. So they might ignore you, or they might need to walk away from you or send you to another room. This does not mean that they don't love you. It is what they might need to do so that your whining does not upset them or other people. So parents might decide to ignore us or walk away because it's the best thing for us when we are whining. Here Dad is saying, go to your room until you are ready to stop whining. And the bunny says, I'll wait here. And now she's saying sniff, sniff. It is important to treat other people the way you want to be treated. If you do not want people to whine around you, you must not whine around them too. So now Annie is saying, I'm finished whining. The bunny says, thank goodness. And this is the end of the book about whining. So what do you think about whining? If you have any problems with whining, or if you want to stop whining, I hope this book can give you some advice on how to deal with whining. I also hope that you liked this story with myself, Tiny Teddy, and good old Bugs Bunny. If you like this video, please like and subscribe, and we all look forward to seeing you on the next Storytime video. Thank you everyone. Bye bye.